Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Waiting Angel Messages. I'm Angel. This TarotScope reading will cover September 1st to the 15th, 2025. It's a collective and general reading, so if something does not resonate, just check your other placements. All the links are down below in the description box. On the 5th of September, I'll be uploading the last Summer Love bonus reading that will focus only on love. This reading, however, focuses on everything, love included. Before we start, I'd like to say thank you to all those that placed a donation in my PayPal donation jar. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's start by taking a look at how the planets are influencing you, Libra, and then we're going to get some messages from the tarot. Okay, Libra, I'll anticipate in general for the entire month of September, it's all about quiet time for you, okay, because you need to preserve your peace. Let's see how the planets are going to help you do this. On the 1st of September, we have Saturn in retrograde, which is going to be in the sign of Pisces. This means that it's all going to be about looking at your boundaries and your emotions. So, Libra, have you been able to say no and get respected? Because you have time to get stronger. This retrograde will last until the 27th of November, okay? When Saturn is in Pisces, it's all about emotions. So you're going to have to take care of yourself a little bit more, increase that self-care. And to do this, Saturn will leave Pisces on the 13th of February, so you have even more time to do it. But you're going to have to dedicate some time to yourself. Peace and caring for yourself, definitely. Okay, on the 2nd of September, we have Mercury, which enters the sign of Virgo. This means that it's great for analytical work because Mercury rules Virgo, okay? So you can actually analyze all the details and figure things out. Your mind is really capable of deep concentration, okay? So you won't have any problem doing this. Communication will also become more precise. However, let's not overdo it, right? We can't unbalance ourselves and go and become hypercritical. The idea of the influence of these planets is to make us see the details even better. Mercury will be leaving Virgo on the 18th, so it's going to cover the first half of September. Now, Libra, you can find your calmness when on the 2nd, the Sun joins Mercury, okay, in your introspective zone. Now, once this happens, you may be called to carry out long periods of so-called me time for me, for solitude, okay? Just me, myself, and I, that's it, and no one else. This is going to be really important, as I said, for the month, because you will be harvesting peace. You want peace in September, okay? On the 6th of the month, we have another planet in retrograde, Uranus. When Uranus is in the direct, in the upright position, when it's direct, it favors change and disruption. But when it goes into retrograde, this means that it's better to wait until it goes direct to make drastic changes. Okay, and this is going to happen on February the 3rd. So what do we do in the meantime? Well, this is when we actually, as we were saying, analyze with detail, analyze things, look them over. Let's see where exactly we have things that we can leave them alone and don't touch them, and where we have things that we need to tear down, okay, and get rid of them. On the next day, we have a beautiful full moon in Pisces, and we know that full moons are all about closures and completing cycles. This one in particular is going to be a total lunar eclipse. It's called the blood moon. There will be a specific video for this because it's a very rare event, very important. And what I'll anticipate here is that emotions will be very strong and boundaries could get blurry that day. So we're going to have to start working on them from the 1st, okay? But trust your feelings and reinforce your boundaries when and if needed, okay? Your faith could be tested in some manner. Now, this is the eclipse, and this is going to influence absolutely everyone. You may be called to sacrifice something, but trust that if so, it's necessary. Remember that the more willing you are to release something, the better you'll feel. And this eclipse is about releasing. There will be great changes. the lunar eclipse of the 7th will ask you to review your healthcare practices and maybe schedule medical appointments. Okay. Again, this is reinforcing the self-care aspect. That's why the month of September is going to be a quiet month for you, with a lot of solitude, because you have to dedicate some time to yourself. Okay, Libra, let's take a look now at what messages come through for you through the tarot. Whatever you need to know to lead a better and happier life. And peaceful, of course, because we have a lot of peace and tranquility coming in for you. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for Libra for the first 2 weeks of September? Okay, well, our 5 of Cups is in the reverse, which is very good, because someone is seeing positive, finding some peace, and moving on. Okay, this is the actual energy that I'm picking up, which is really good. Okay, now I can't tell you the exact time. It could be around the lunar eclipse when we release things, because this energy is very common to the lunar eclipse, but not necessarily do the messages of the tarot follow the chronological order of the planets. But this is a really good energy because it means that you are learning and you're gaining that strength of accepting and going on. And above all, which is really important, you're seeing the positive side of it. You're not just seeing the negative side. This is excellent. Okay. And then we have the Spirit of Wands. That is the Queen of Wands. Okay. And in fact, what happens when you do this? Confidence. Okay. The confidence comes through. That optimism comes through because you see the positive. When it rains, you see how nurturing the rain can be, how cleansing it can be. That's wisdom. And that's confidence. A person knows that they can go through any situation, rain or shine. That's great. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay. Very self-assured. This is beautiful energy that you're starting off the month with. And that's why you're going to be spending a lot of time with yourself, by yourself. Very peaceful. Okay. This is what is coming out of you. This beautiful, strong, and confident energy. Okay, Libra, good for you. This is really nice. Okay, what else, Spirit, do we have for our Libras for the first 2 weeks of, of September? What's happening with this confidence? 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Beautiful. Recovery. I love this. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that there's going to be a lot of positive changes, right? Because in fact, you're seeing the positives, gives you the confidence in yourself, and that's when positive changes actually happen. When you see them, they become fact. See, this is in your mind, and this becomes factual, okay? And then you recover from things, you overcome adversity, and you keep going. This is the real strength in a person. Let's take a look what came down here as well. Okay, we have the Strength card in the reverse, and this happens when we have some sort of self-doubt or low confidence. Let's go see what this is about. The 6 of Pentacles, okay, in the reverse. Yeah, this is when this happens, this self-doubt or this low confidence level happens when someone basically takes advantage of us, okay? Especially a Libra, very generous figure, very generous energy. So when someone takes advantage of a Libra, that's it. That's when they pull back. Okay. And some even say coward because you're pulling back, but that's not how Libra actually lives it. That's how it's being seen. The fact is, Libra says, no, I'm withdrawing because I'm not giving you the opportunity to abuse of my generosity again. Okay. And so a Libra lives it as self-doubt. Now, can I do this again? Can I face them again? Of course. But this is simply because someone took advantage of you in the past. Okay. And you're waiting for that justice to come in because it hasn't come in yet. Okay. This is still in the upside down position. You're still waiting for something. Okay. There's that taste of injustice, and you're just simply sitting there waiting and saying, well, it's going to come sooner or later. I know it's going to come because I believe in justice. It just hasn't come yet. Let's see. And then we have the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. This is a really great card. Okay. This is a card of reconciliation. After the conflict, okay, then we make peace. Because you know that it's going to come through. Sooner or later, the peace will come through. Okay. And it's coming. And it's going to, in fact, it's showing you that your experience, the wisdom that you've acquired, that strength that you have acquired, when you go through this situation again, because you have this inside of you, this doubt, etc., you know it's going to come through sooner or later, and that's when the resolution comes in. It could be a reconciliation with someone. It could be simply you're cutting your losses. You know how to face it in a very mature manner. Okay. This is good. This is actually all introspection. We're not getting messages of what could actually happen, but this is all inside of you, which is very beautiful. Let's see if there's anything else for our Libras in the first 2 weeks of September. The month of solitude for our Libras. Let's see what we have. Anything else that we have for our Libra spirit? Oh. Okay, last call. Looks like that's it. Okay, Libra, that's it. What you're getting is strength. Definitely strength inside of you, which is where truth strength lies. Real strength lies inside. Okay, so be at peace, be peaceful, and know that you now are becoming stronger and stronger. And, well, we'll see where this goes on the next reading, because this one is very beautiful. It has a wave of security and stability and confidence in it, and I'm sure that you're going to feel it. In the meantime, thank you so much for being with me, Libra. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one to see how this continues. For the moment, bye-bye for now. From Angel.